What if the reason you still feel confused is not because Allah has not answered your prayer? What if He already did, and you simply did not like the answer? Think about that. You asked Allah for guidance. You begged Him to show you the right path. You asked for a sign, but when the answer arrived, it did not look the way you expected. So you kept waiting. You kept searching. You kept telling yourself that the real answer had not come yet. But what if it has been in front of you all along? Many of us ask Allah for guidance, but deep inside, we already have an outcome in mind. We want Allah to approve our plans, our desires, our attachments. We say, "Ya Allah, guide me." But what we really mean is, guide me to what I already want. And that is where the struggle begins. Because guidance is not always comfortable. Sometimes Allah answers by removing someone from your life. Sometimes He answers by closing a door. Sometimes He answers through a delay that frustrates you. And sometimes He answers by showing you a truth you were not ready to accept. The answer came, but because it hurt, you rejected it. Think about the doors that never opened, the opportunity that disappeared, the relationship that ended, the plan that fell apart at the last moment. You called it failure. You called it heartbreak. You called it bad luck. But what if one day you discover that those closed doors were actually protecting you? How many times have you thanked Allah for something He never gave you? How many times have you looked back and realized, if that had happened, my life would have been much worse? At the moment, you saw disappointment, but Allah saw the consequences. You saw today. Allah saw tomorrow, and that changes everything. Guidance does not always arrive as a miracle. Sometimes it arrives as a quiet feeling, a loss of peace, a constant discomfort, a realization that refuses to leave your heart. We often look for signs in extraordinary places, while ignoring the signs that appear in ordinary moments. The delay, the redirection, the warning, the lesson, the door that keeps closing no matter how hard you push. Maybe Allah is not ignoring your prayer. Maybe He is answering it in a language you do not want to hear. Maybe the answer you have been searching for is not hidden somewhere in the future. Maybe it is already standing in front of you. Maybe the thing you keep calling a setback is actually protection. Maybe the thing you keep trying to hold on to is the very thing Allah is asking you to release. Trust His wisdom. Trust His timing. Trust what you cannot yet understand. Because the strongest faith is not believing when everything makes sense. The strongest faith is trusting Allah when it does not. So ask yourself tonight, what if the closed door was the answer? What if the delay was the answer? What if the thing Allah removed from your life was the answer? Because sometimes the greatest blessing is not what Allah gives. Sometimes the greatest blessing is what He protects you from. If this reminder helped you see something differently tonight, write in the comments, "Ya Allah, help me recognize the answers you send." And share this video with someone who keeps asking Allah for a sign.